Hey guys, welcome back to my Minecraft world. I have never done flying straight into camera before, so this could go terribly. Oh, no, this way. It's episode 35, and it's therefore... Oh, that's a tree. Oh dear. Well, that was not graceful. I'm sorry. Yeah, episode 35. It's therefore a lore episode. And this video we're building a big elf settlement in the sort of middle of a lake on an island. It's gonna be cool. Got a comment recently saying it'd be cool if I did a recap before starting the new stuff. So last video we built the library. This is something that I've been kind of talking about for ages and ages and ages. Originally it was going to be the iron farm, like it would be the kind of the building that hid the iron farm, but then that would have put it kind of amidst all these like gross square factory type buildings. So I built a completely different building here instead. It's like a kit bash of like different like old school factories and smelteries and stuff that I found pictures of doing a bit of research. So yeah, this is what we built last time. Big library, which it is still actually serving the function of hiding a farm underneath it. Got a little auto wheat farm hidden under there. Then before that was the villager breeder. I don't do this enough walking around the town. So yeah, more buildings to hide stuff going on inside. It's not pretty, but yeah. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 guys there maybe. Don't have a use for them right now, but they're ready to go. Yeah, this actually... Oh, hello. Has one escaped? How have you done that? I'm so... Oh my god. Oh, I wish I hadn't seen this. I hate dealing with villagers. I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. Add it to the list, jeez. But yeah, I guess I should also recap that we've got previous lore videos. So, if you're relatively new, my sort of idea for this world is that I'm not just like building builds unconnected from each other. There's like, I'm building a world and I'm coming up with backstories and lore and stuff for kind of everything. Kind of building like a fantasy style, also sci-fi, I guess. Yeah, my own lore. I can't think of another way to describe it right now. Episode 25 was kind of the big lore episode where I talked about essentially this universe's Big Bang, and there's like a pantheon of gods and stuff that all emerged at that time. And then I talked about how the different peoples of the world came about. And that ties into what we're doing today. So we're talking about elves. Episode 30, we came over here and we built something connected to elves again. This was originally, before it became ruined over time, a collaboration between elves and humans, where it's a product of elves teaching humans astronomy. So they built a tower up here for stargazing, high up on a hill above the tree line and stuff. So before I head off to the site where we're going to build all this stuff, I just wanted to have a quick chat about stuff recently. So it's been a little while now, but a couple of weeks ago I put out the first video in the medieval Minecraft series that I started, and that was a celebration sort of thing, starting a new series because I'd hit 100 subscribers. 2 days after I put that video out, we'd like got past 200 subscribers, and now I think we're up to like 280. which is just crazy. Hello to any new people watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. It really means a lot. And that video also has just become by far and away the best performing video on my channel. It's almost up to 2,000 views now. And it was the first video on my channel to break 1,000. The only other one to do that so far is the villager breeder video. Again, thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, my medieval Minecraft episode 2 is also out now. More of that to come. And yeah, this video also was a bit delayed because I've got a bit of real life stuff to deal with at the moment. But nothing serious. Just it's taking time away from doing the video stuff. One other thing, which I'm slightly ashamed about because it feels like cheating, but I used, forgive me, the Litematica easy place mode a little bit for kind of like the main structures in the builds. It still took me like 8 hours to build all this stuff before I started putting the details and stuff in. So I don't feel too dirty about having done the cheaty mode a little bit. I guess that makes more sense if I say that I'm recording this after I've recorded the rest of the video. Yeah, I will go back in time now and get on with the rest of the video. Okay, so I've laid out all the resources that I need. And yeah, this has got a little out of hand. This stuff took a long time to gather, and the annoying part was, let's see if I can find it. Well, I needed tons of spruce, which is annoying that I've had to pre-prepare this because I'm going to have to cut a bunch of spruce trees down. But yeah, the most time-consuming bit was getting all the quartz ready. Basically, I've cleaned out my whole stock of emeralds, trading for, where is it? Trading for all this quartz. And yeah, the next thing I'm going to build is the bank to house all my overflow of emeralds and stuff. But now I have none left, so yeah. Well, whatever. Let's just gather up all this stuff. And let's head over to the lake. So yeah, we're heading over to the same place where the elf outpost is built. And that is this direction. And yeah, when finding a place to build that thing, I found that it had this really cool, like, scenic lake island sort of thing going on. So yeah, that's what we're turning into our elf settlement. So there's our outpost. And let's turn around. Here we go. Load in, please. There we go. So yeah, we're turning this whole island here into our elf settlement. And I really like this area. There's like all this like cool stuff like this around here. And then I think there's like a cool cave over here as well. And, oh dear, under forest fire. Okay, let's sleep and yeah, get started on this thing. Okay guys, welcome back. I have finished the build. We'll get to that in a second. You may have seen during the time-lapse stuff that had a bit of a creeper accident up here. So I had to go back all the way to the town and get some... Oh, come on. Could have done that better, couldn't I? Yeah, get some more materials to fix this up. Don't do this on camera normally, but yeah, I had to bring up Lightmatica just to make sure I was putting stuff back in the right places. So, what's pillar? And then, oh, this should be an andesite. I mean, like it matters, that one bit of andesite. I was pretty lucky, actually, that more stuff didn't get blown up. Yeah, that should be a different colour glass, but whatever. I won't tell if you won't. Okay, so it was probably a mistake having all my materials set up here anyway, because I got through like 3 stacks of rockets, I think, just going back and forth, getting stuff. Yeah, so got to place some of the stuff left in here. I don't need any purple glass panes. I'm just gonna... This is all the logs and stuff that I got from cutting down the trees. Okay, so yeah, I finished all the buildings and most of the sort of like extraneous stuff, like these trees that I made. I tried to make these custom trees look as kind of Minecrafty as possible. I needed some bigger spruce trees added in some places, but I didn't want to do the like force grow the 2x2 sapling ones, because I think they'd probably be a bit too big. I couldn't control them, like which ones grew, and yeah, I didn't want to turn all the ground into pods all. So before we do a walkthrough, let's just talk about the lore of this place. So this is going to be the sort of the ancient site where the entity came and taught the elves how to use amethyst and to make telescopes. So if you haven't seen previous lore episodes, they are the... Ooh, missing a ladder. Oh wait, I think I got ladders. Yeah, if you missed previous lore videos and you don't know what I'm talking about with some of this stuff, they are going to be from episode 25 onwards every 5th video. So 25, 30, and now this is 35. So I will actually be referencing stuff from both those videos. So if this is interesting to you, maybe you could go back and check some of the stuff out. So yeah, it's the place where the entity first came to the elves and taught them how to use amethyst to make telescopes. So it's like using part of the in-game mechanics and marrying it to the lore that I've come up with for the world, right? So to make a spyglass, you need amethyst shards and you need copper. So that's why I've made my telescopes out of these materials. And then the brown bit is because... the spruce bit is because a spyglass kind of looks brown in the middle. It is gold and blue, which I think there's a vanilla tweaks thing actually that changes the texture of the spyglass, so it looks copper and amethyst, like the materials you used to make it. Anyway, so yeah, this is that place, right, where the entity came and showed them this. So this is therefore kind of a holy place for the elves, and elves started to travel here from far and wide to learn how to use telescopes and how to make them. Also learn how to like make lenses and use them and stuff, right? So this is like a big deal for the technological advancement of the elf society. So then when further down the line, where elves don't need to come here and learn that stuff anymore because it's now common knowledge amongst the elves, this became more of a sort of pilgrimage destination and sort of a place where elves could come to connect or like reconnect with their history and like feel close to the moon god because that's their like favorite, but then also the entity who doesn't, he's more associated with the humans, but he's like touched each of the peoples of the world. So fast forward even further and we're at the point where the elves have departed and we're back to the previous lore episode where we've got the first elf caretaker who he was the guy who taught then humans this stuff about telescopes and like navigating with the stars and stuff. So this then became, seeing as this was like the holy place for the elves where they learnt this stuff, he remodeled some of this place and made it a bit more welcoming for humans. And this is where he then invited the human scholars from around the world to come and learn this stuff. So this floor has been kind of converted into like a dormitory sort of thing. This is like really basic, but everything is kind of just really open plan anyway. And like there's no doors on stuff really because the elves, because they're like immortal and they're like magic and like superhuman-esque sort of beings. They don't need to sleep. That's why they got so obsessed with the stars and the moon. So beds here didn't make sense. So then also the concept of maybe private quarters and stuff for the humans when the elf caretaker came and like set this up for them, kind of didn't make sense to him. It didn't register for him. So that's partly my excuse for it being so open. But it's kind of the reflecting of the elves themselves. So yeah, the kind of the places that reflect this are this room where we've got the bed set up for the human scholars. We've got a little bit of like welcome to the humans sort of decoration here where we've got the copper colours represented. And then there's this building which I'll come back to, but there's some more like welcome to the humans travelling here via portal. And then we've got this room in the main tower where it's kind of a lecture theatre, and the number of beds in that building matches the number of little like workstations for each of the scholars here. And we've got like a big blackboard. I want to try and figure out a way. Maybe I need to get like the custom paintings stuff going. And oh Jesus, nearly knocked over my Pringles. Get some like random math stuff, like chalk writing as a custom painting put on here. Anyway, let's start on our walkthrough. So I guess most visitors to this place, they'll approach, I mean, I would also approach via the nether portal. So yeah, upon exit, you have the like human decorations here. So I guess one thing I should mention is this is way bigger scale buildings than I typically build. And the resource grind was actually not bad because I've been just stockpiling resources just while I've been playing, but the amount of trading I had to do to get all this quartz was a pain. But yeah, I typically build to the scale of the player, but the reason these buildings are so much bigger, aside from they have a thing where because they're awake at night, they don't sleep, they can't skip to dawn like a normal Minecraft player. So they needed tall towers to be off the ground and away from all the nasty monsters and stuff. But then these are also ancient buildings. So like, why would they be at the technological level where they don't know about telescopes and spyglasses and lenses and stuff, but they're at the level where they can build such big structures? And the answer to that is their magic. So, and then magic, I've been thinking about magic. This is kind of off topic, but the elves as a species are intrinsically magical. And I still want magic to be part of the world even post-elf departure. So magic in humans, that's how we still get like enchantments on tools and things. I feel like it's got to be super rare. And then maybe it's the byproduct of intermingling of the species between humans and elves, maybe. I haven't kind of, I'm just like thinking about that now. Maybe that's what it would be. But regardless, it's super rare in humans, so yeah, a future build needs to be like a mountainous castle with maybe a secret school for wizards inside it. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So back to this, it's quite sparsely decorated. Partly it's because the buildings are so big, and you can only do so much like candles and mini blocks and stuff. I have put a bunch of plants around. I've been kind of abusing the big pots with the little trees in them. But I feel like decoration for an elf who maybe, because they live so long, attachment to individual items and stuff, maybe that doesn't make sense for such a long-lived species. But the like preservation and like wonder of nature makes more sense for them to decorate their places with. Oh, and then in the floor we've got the sort of the geode patterns that I've used before in other places. Yeah, just representing the geode because it's like a holy object, a sacred object, I guess is a better word for it. Yeah, I've tried to have that show up in a few places. So I guess we'll go building to building first before I come back out here. Right, more magic, floating candles. I think I talked about floating candles in a recent video where I was like, oh, it was in the library. And I was saying like, they wouldn't necessarily be in the library, but they are in the castle library because maybe the person who built the castle was, maybe they had magic and they might have floating candles in there. So I did kind of want floating candles to be everywhere as the lighting and not have these lampposts because I'll get back to the lampposts. I'll try and remember that. So I designed this one to be kind of my like home base on a server with friends. I have, for the purposes of this settlement, cut off an extra building which kind of came off diagonally off this building here. But let's sleep real quick. Yeah, in the original build, this was all like, these were big windows. And it was originally warped wood with copper. Like the fully weathered copper. It fits the elf sort of thing that I'm doing, so yeah, I've kind of repurposed it. So then, yeah, we've got another fake geode in the floor. Got just like this like lobby area. There's a little display in the back here. Then staircase up. So this is meant to be sort of the workshop sort of area where maybe they've made the first spyglasses. Maybe this is where they learned how to make them. And then we've got like bookshelves up here with like old tomes of the original plans for spyglasses and stuff, maybe. Then we've just got some like generic decoration, plants and stuff. Then we've got, in the corners, we've got these little stockpiles left over of materials to make the spyglasses. Then, yeah, this little like work surface up here. Over here, I need to bring, I don't think I brought it, unfortunately. Yeah, I need a copper block and an amethyst shard. Or a copper ingot, maybe. And then on this armor stand, I'm going to use the armor stand mod to like have a floating spyglass here. Like it's suspended by magic or something. Upstairs, we've seen that was where the beds are. Yeah, bedroom, sort of dorm area. So this is kind of like a communal area, like a common room sort of thing. Only it's, I guess, not much of a room. It's like exposed so much. But yeah, the tree. I still need to come up with some lore for the cherry trees and why they're so I don't know, honored in the world. Like I've got them in like special places and stuff. So yeah, and then we've just got more candles and stuff. This is kind of like a not here for lighting sort of thing. I feel like these are like when you go to a church maybe and you light a candle and stuff. So we've got this connecting bridge thing. I quite like the ceiling in this, although I don't know if I like this gap, but just tried to add a bit more depth into the thing. And then these kind of gross sticking out bits are because they're hiding these. Yeah. This room, kind of more of another little like communal area, but there's way more books and stuff. Ooh, books and stuff. Where are my books? There they are. This is more of like study area maybe, like a room where they would like get together and discuss stuff. And then this also has this little area. This is more like another little like shrine-esque sort of bit, more candles, and I need to think of a reason for the nethery stuff to be here, but in fact I don't know if I've said this in a video yet, but the elves are the ones who figured out the magic in order to make it to the nether roof and use that for long distance traveling. So maybe that's what this is for. Maybe it's for that. And then in the base of this little tower, yeah, so this is like the bit that the elves come to. So that's why there's so many candles in here. It's like a blessing sort of thing that, like I mentioned elsewhere. This is meant to be suspended by magic again. But this is like the remaining chunk of the first geode that they used to make spyglasses from. So this is like a holy relic in like elf society. Right, next we've got a building over here and an identical one over here. I think the contents are slightly different, but let's look at these real quick. These are just like, it's basically just shelter from the rain. And then you stick a bench in there and it's like the elves can come and like look at nature or whatever they do. While I'm talking about benches, all around this island, I've got different types of benches. I didn't stick to one version. So the paths are meant to be, what do they call them? Desire lines. Basically like the paths that get made off the path, if that makes sense. Because it's just like the easy way for people to walk. If you ever see that like in a park or something, and like everyone just always cuts over that one bit of grass. So there's like a new footpath like carved into the dirt there. Yeah, no roads here on purpose because this is an old place. So this is just happens to be where everyone walked and then they erected the buildings around it. And then instead of bridges, I've got these magically floating stones, which aren't too far apart, so you don't have to sprint jump over them. And then, yeah, I was talking about benches. So the benches are different on purpose because I wanted to reflect a passage of time of how long this place has been here. So they're broadly the same build palette, but the designs will be slightly different to kind of reflect these were built 2,000 years ago or whatever, and then the other benches might have been built. Don't need to sprint jump, he says. Other benches might have been built maybe like only 500 years ago. Trying to find another one. I guess there's two. These are the two types that we've seen before, right? This is the one I just looked at. This is the type that was in the other building like this. Ah, here we go. Another bench. This might be a really old one. Maybe this might be pre-amethyst. That's why it's got no purple on it. Another one of these little like shrine spots with a... I guess this is... I think this was like 6 cherry trees that I force grew in the same spot. And then I've added a bit more moss in this one and put in some of these. There are a lot of dogs around here, so I'm going to tame them and make them sort of like... can't... Oh, his tail's down. He's injured. What happened to this guy? Oh, I've got no... Oh no, his tail's up now. Maybe he's just... I don't know. But yeah, maybe these are like forest guardians or something. Or they're like... it's the wrong use of the word, but like spirit animals. That maybe they're like magical beings who have persisted and protect the island. First time, nice. Yeah, you can just stay there. But yeah, I want to preserve these wolves. Because they've been here they were here when I got here, and I've kind of just like industrialized their island, their home. Let's come back to this, because this is the main feature building. So this one is, I don't know, like a magic greenhouse or something. Got this custom built azalea tree to kind of match how they are, but made just a bit bigger, so it didn't like encroach on people walking underneath it. Oh, another dog. Gotta get him, hold on. So yeah, this is what this place is meant to be. This is kind of meant to be a wheelbarrow. And then we just got little patches of crops. You can see I've got the water under there. And then I've got these little mini custom trees. I don't know what these are meant to be growing, but actually I do know what they're meant to be growing. These are meant to be golden apple trees. And then we're in like a spruce biome, so we've got to have these. Another patch of stuff. Some storage in the middle. And then I wanted to have some kind of like exotic magical plants maybe. So I put some coral in here, and then these are just waterlogged slabs. So these stay living on here. What else do we have? This is just another little like hangout spot. There is a bit more of a view if there weren't going to be trees here, but there's that. Is that it? Let's do a quick flyby. Yeah, we just got oh, I missed this one when I walked past it. This is just another food source sort of place. This is meant to be a little fishing dock. I wanted to have different sort of receptacles here. Yeah, just different receptacles for dumping fish in or whatever. This is like the... I don't imagine elves had commerce. Kind of like Star Trek sort of thing where they moved past money. So I feel like this is just like the spot you come to pick up fish when you're hungry or whatever. A couple more storage options. So we've got this last building. This is the main spire. It's the tallest building. I've said previously with the outposts, they always have a telescope in because it's so, like, their love of the night sky is so core to their society that even in their, like, outposts and stuff, they need to have a central telescope somewhere. So it's high up on like a hill or a mountain, and the point of the tower and all these towers is that they're high off the ground, stay safe at night again, but also to be above the tree line. So that's why the telescope is in the biggest spire, right? So let's start on the ground floor. Okay, so this is sort of the entrance hall kind of place. Again, it's like really open plan. I think one of the things with elves in Middle Earth is that they don't feel the cold. You just see Legolas like walking on top of the snow, not falling in it, and he's just like hasn't put an extra cloak on or anything. But yeah, so that's why there's no walls necessarily on this place. Oh, I didn't talk about this. This is just like a little archway thing to cover up this like patch of stairs, just to get from one level of the island to another. Oh, and then I've got this little pond area. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, the entrance hall sort of area here. We've got again this like the fake representation of a geode, but then inside it's actually amethyst in there. So in fact, this looks kind of cool with shaders on. My computer doesn't like it when I record and have shaders on, so yeah, like you see all the stuff reflected in it. It's really cool. Like you see the pillars and stuff, and then like yeah. Anyway, let's turn that off before my PC explodes. So just a few lights from the ceiling. We've got geode kind of represented in the ceiling as well, and I guess the floor of the floor above here. Yeah, and then this kind of being close to the food area, we have like a dining area, sort of another hangout spot. Groups of people coming to eat together, and particularly like maybe this is where in the days of the elf caretaker, the scholars and like their entourage, their traveling party, maybe yeah, this is where the other guys that joined the scholars would hang out during the day while they were off like taking lectures and stuff upstairs. Got some more little trees and stuff. Loads more floating candles. I guess this is more of the like the Great Hall in Hogwarts sort of feel. All the dining tables with the candles above. And then I guess this fountain, I just wanted something to kind of be like a centerpiece here. Ladder up to the next level. So I didn't want to do too many levels on this thing. So we've got these like window dressing sort of structures on the side. Yeah, I didn't want to have too many of them going up. And then we have this like the band across the center of the tower. This thing again, it's like the amethyst in the middle. The diorite's meant to represent the calcite, and then these shadows are meant to be like the dark spots, which represent the smooth basalt. And this is something that I put on the outposts. Anyway, yes, in here. So yeah, we've got these huge rooms again. Again, another geode represented in the floor or slash ceiling. Yeah, I wanted this to be another sort of stockpile, especially being beneath the lecture room. This is kind of another like repository of elf knowledge. Another kind of hangout spot, a bit more focused on just being like a secondary library sort of area, I guess. And then for the sort of the magical touch, we've got the animated floating book thing with the enchanting table. Other than that, yeah, we've got these like hanging light sources with the glow berries mixed into the azalea. So in order to get that to work, because you can't place these on leaf blocks, there is a moss block in the center there. Yeah, and then we're back up to the lecture room, which needs more books. Right, and then, kind of similar to the other tower, the upstairs here is a kind of communal hangout space, but really it's more, this is where the elves come at night to, or used to come at night to like hang around, talk to each other, discuss what their feelings are on the position of the stars or whatever. And then we have this big telescope. And then, yeah, another geode. And another geode, I guess. So, next thing I need to do is just place all these little bits and bobs around. Maybe go grab some more. But yeah, I'll go do that. Okay, quick just walk through. I've just put some more little details around. So back in the portal building, got some mini copper blocks here, just fitting with the color scheme. Threw in an extra amethyst mini block back here. I think I might do this instead, actually, now that I see it. Oops. Damn you, quartz, why are you so easy to break? Might do some of that. And then just leave a space here. Ooh. I still have some flower pots left, so let's do that one. There we go, and then we've got a flower and some blocks and candles on each one with a banner. That works out okay. I realised I didn't show off this bit. This is basically a big, like, oh, I'm flying and I need to get to the portal, but, I don't know, maybe my approach doesn't make for an easy landing around the front, so I can come up here. Maybe it's not safe and I need to sleep or something. And then it's just a quick way down without having to use up any durability on my wings or something. So, yep, that's this done. So, yeah, I kind of went a bit ham with the bone mealing. I didn't want to, like, overdo it, but I also kind of want to overdo it in a way. Like, I wanted it to be somewhat overgrown a bit, but also tempered. So, like, close to the path, it's relatively clear. But then a bit further back, it's, like, a bit more, like, thick, I guess. And that's because I want it to be, like, the path is worn into the grass around here. So, yeah, as you get further back from it, it should get thicker. Yeah, I've got the extra trees in as well. Everything feels a bit more kind of close, and yeah, it does obscure some of the buildings a bit, but I feel like the splendor of the structure isn't what mattered to the elves. Because it's like they themselves are so permanent that buildings that are also permanent, maybe they're not particularly interesting, but ever-changing nature around them might be more the thing that they're interested in. What else do I do? Let's go in here first, seeing as I'm kind of looking at it already. So I've done some armor stands. They're all just basically a purple armor set. I figure at some point down the line, same as with the town and copper themed armor set, I will eventually come up with like elvish armor. I've not really given any thought to what elves might have looked like in my world. Like they'll still look somewhat like where's F5? They'll still somewhat look like a player, right? But like physically, what do they look like? I'm reducing their whole like culture down to the color purple at the moment because I'm still like figuring this stuff out. Yeah, eventually I'll come back to it and hopefully come back and change all these out. So I guess before I get into the main room, I added a couple more things in here to go with the clock. Up here on these shelves I put some more mini blocks, more copper, and then added a mini block in here just to give it a bit more shape. Then on here, this is like the workstation, so we've got the ingredients, same as on the wall, to make spyglasses, and then I got this worked out. Got the floating spyglass. I quite like that. I wish I could make it Bob or something. Same with the chunk of geode at the bottom of this tower. Did I do anything in here? I could put the I can't remember what this is called. The flowery thing. Yeah, I wanted kind of more sort of like magical nature feeling. So yeah, it really adds to the atmosphere. I like that they've done this with this and the cherry tree leaves. I think that's really cool. Anyway, did that. Put a mini block in here. Yeah, got another arm set up here. And another one in here, I think. Yes. Let's have a look around the grass around here. That's a bit too close. I also tried to put it bunched up around the trees and stuff as well. I know at some point I want to do something to do with tree elves. Like trees have to be trees and elves, just they go together, right? They're always a thing. I think I've got in my notes somewhere that it's like early in their history they splintered and one set of elves kind of lived in like the tall trees, spruce biomes. That's where I'm thinking of doing like tree houses and stuff. And doing maybe like a Lothlorien type thing. But and then the other set of elves kind of went off and started doing tall buildings and using magic to fortify their structures and stuff. But then like further into their development and their like technological advancement, everyone comes back together and at some point trees become folded into the whole society's like history. So maybe that's how I can work the cherry trees in. I'll have to think about that properly. Up here, I figured, so we've got where is it? Up here we've got this telescope. Oh jeez. Yeah, and it's smaller and it's got trapdoors around the amethyst block. So I thought this one's bigger. Let's shove some slabs on here. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like this works a bit. I wish we had vertical slabs and then that would kind of work a bit better. But yeah, I wanted this to be slightly more beefed up, seeing as it's meant to be a bigger thing. And yeah, made the like the lens end a bit chunkier, just to for comparison's sake. Yeah. What next? Yes, I added the golden apples to these trees. I think that looks really cool. It'd be so cool if we could farm trees and have like little oak trees in like a planter or something, and have visible trees that you can visible apples that you can pluck off like you can with the berry bushes. That'd be really cool, I think. But yeah, I really like the way these turned out. The extra leaf blocks kind of obscures the apples, but I feel like that makes them look more like they're part of the tree, not just like stuck on. I think that's everything here. Let's do a quick fly around and kind of get a feel for how the grass has changed things. It's not really easy to see from the air, is it? Now that I've done it. So yeah, that kind of brings things to a close. Okay, I've just tidied up my mess, so let's head back to the town. And let's go up the tower and get a nice view of the settlement, shall we? Let's have a look. It's quite pleasing. I feel good about this one. This has kind of been like, for me, there's been like a mega build. Like I never build this big. Definitely not all in one go. Like the town's getting pretty big, but like I've done it like building at a time almost. And yeah, this has been pretty crazy for me. So let's head back and get back to the castle in the town and do our usual sign off. Home sweet home. Right then, so next time I'm going to be doing the bank. So yep, next time I'm going to fill in this gap. Got the bank ready to build, got the all the materials ready. Let's have a look at how bad this thing's doing. Okay, I've not been here to load it in, but it is at least putting in some work. Okay, so yeah, bank next time. Then the medieval series. I'm not sure when the next one of those will be. I've got the bank ready to build. That video is kind of prepared for, but I've still got some real life stuff to work out. Yeah, I will definitely get back to that when I get the time again. And yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. Yeah, let me know what you think about the elf builds. I think they came out pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased with it. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind helping me out a little bit, maybe you could leave a like on the video. And if you want to join me on my world building journey here, maybe you could hit subscribe as well. But that's everything, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.